Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is a 2023 American superhero film based on the Marvel Comics and starring the characters Scott Lang, Ant-Man, and Hope Pym, Wasp. Produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures, it is the sequel to Ant-Man, 2015, and Ant-Man and the Wasp, 2018, and the 31st film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. The film was directed by Peyton Reed, written by Jeff Loveness, and stars Paul Rudd as Scott Lang and Evangeline Lilly as Hope Van Dyne, alongside Jonathan Majors, Kathryn Newton, David Dastmalchian, Katie O'Brien, William Jackson Harper, Bill Murray, Michelle Pfeiffer, Corey Stoll, and Michael Douglas. In the film, Lang and Van Dyne are transported to the quantum realm along with their family and must face Kong the Conqueror, Majors. Plans for a third Ant-Man film were confirmed in November 2019, with Reed and Rudd set to return. Loveness was set in April 2020, and development of the film began during the pandemic COVID-19. The title of the film and the new cast were announced in December 2020. Filming began in Turkey in early February 2021, with more shooting in San Francisco in mid-June before principal photography began at Pinewood Studios in Buckinghamshire in late July and ended in November. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania premiered in Los Angeles on February 6, 2023, and was released in the United States on February 17, 2023, as the first film in the fifth phase of the MCU. It received mixed reviews from critics, who praised the performances, especially those of Rudd, Majors and Pfeiffer, but criticized the story, script and pacing. The film grossed over $447 million worldwide. Storyline. During her imprisonment in the quantum realm, Janet Van Dyne meets an exiled traveler named Kong. In the present, after the battle for Earth, Scott Lang has become a successful memorist and is living happily with his girlfriend Hope Van Dyne. Scott's daughter Cassie, now in her teens, has become a political activist, leading to a strained relationship between her and her father. During a visit to Hope's parents, Hank Pym and Janet, Cassie reveals that she has been working on a device that can make contact with the quantum realm. When Janet learns of this, she panics and forcibly shuts down the device, but the message is received, whereupon a portal opens and pulls the five into the quantum realm. Scott and Cassie are found by natives who rebel against their ruler, while Hope, Janet and Pym explore a sprawling city to find answers. Hope, Janet, and Pym meet with Lord Krylar, a former ally of Janet's, who reveals to them that things have changed since they left B, and that he now works for Kong, the new ruler of the quantum realm. The three are forced to flee and steal Krylar's ship. The Langs, meanwhile, learn from rebel leader Jentorra that Janet's collaboration with Kong is indirectly responsible for his rise to power. The rebels are soon attacked by Kang's forces, led by MODOK, who turns out to be Darren Cross after surviving his apparent death at Scott's hands. Aboard Krylar's ship, Janet confesses to Hope and Pym why she wanted nothing more to do with the quantum realm. Kong claimed that he and Janet could both escape the quantum realm if she helped him rebuild his multiversal energy core. After they succeed in repairing it, Janet sees a vision of Kong conquering and destroying entire timelines. Kong reveals that he was exiled by his own variants out of fear, which caused Janet to turn against him. Janet was inferior to him and used her Pym particles to enlarge the energy core and render it useless. After Kong regained his powers, he eventually conquered the quantum realm. The Langs are brought to Kong, who demands that Scott help him get his energy core back or he will kill Cassie. Scott is taken to the location of the core and shrinks there. He nearly drowns in a sea of variants of himself, but Hope arrives and helps him get the energy core. Kong, however, does not keep his bargain, captures Janet and destroys her ship with Pym on board. After being rescued by his aunts, who were also pulled into the quantum realm, rapidly evolving and becoming hyper-intelligent, Pym helps Scott and Hope on their way to Kong. Cassie rescues Jentorra and they begin an uprising against Kong and his army. During the battle, Cassie convinces Cross to switch sides and fight Kong, although he sacrifices his life in the process. Janet repairs the power core as she, Pym, Hope, and Cassie jump home through a portal. but Kong attacks Scott and nearly beats him to the task. Hope returns and, along with Scott, destroys the energy core with a combination of Pym particles and pushes Kong into it, pulling him into oblivion. Cassie reopens the portal on her side so Scott and Hope can return home. As Scott happily resumes his life, he begins to think about what he was told, that Kang's death is the beginning of something terrible, but he represses it. In a mid-credits scene, numerous variants of Kong are concerned about Earth-616's increasing interest in the multiverse and plan their revolt. In a post-credits scene, Loki and Mobius M. Mobius track down another Kong variant named Victor Timely on Earth in 1900, D.